Mohawk Bob here, FireKnight TV. We have special guest today, CJ Dunning. Say hi.
Right.
Shh. It's a magic hand. Welcome to FireKnight TV.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you came on. We've been waiting for you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I want to start by asking you some questions. Tell us where you grew up.
Yes, I grew up here in Colorado in Parker, so a small town feel, and I grew up, all outdoor stuff. I've been on skis since I was 2, so switched to snowboarding. I love sports. I like to read. So really just anything outdoors, anything sports related or information. I'm a big researcher.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Outdoor sports here in Colorado is the biggest thing. I mean, if you live here, you better be doing outdoor sports.
Yeah.
How did you get into the entertainment industry?
Yeah, so in college, competing and bodybuilding kind of became my sport. And that led to the WWE with NXT, their developmental program. And then that kind of catapulted into a football career. So I've just kind of taken one thing to the next. But when I was first approached with the concept of becoming a diva at the time, I was like, how do you get into this? And just went out there for an audition, and then it kind of just happened and fell in love with the sport. So just one thing led to the next.
All right, let's talk about your entertainment career with WWE. Tell us about how it was for you, the training. I mean, that is a tough job. Am I right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really Monday through Saturday, sometimes even Sunday. You have strenuous training every day in the ring, and then you have an acting course, you have lifting, and then you're traveling typically Thursday through Saturday on the Coconut Route is what it's called there at the Loop in Florida. So, and you're setting up the ring, you're traveling with everyone. So I met some of the best people in the world, literally from all over the world. Nikki Cross is one that's my absolute favorite. She's from Scotland.
Okay.
Sarah Lee, she actually just passed away, so I wanted to mention her, but she was one of the best people. Her and her husband, Corey Blake, as people probably know him from WWE, but just some of the best people. So inspired by everyone. So, but yeah, it's not what everybody thinks. It's not, there's the glamorous part of it, but there's a lot of real things to it. So it was amazing.
And I bet a lot of pain too, but y'all get your ass handed to you.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it's very strenuous. The audition I went out for was the hardest thing I've ever done. It's 3 days. I mean, I woke up with, there's blood in the bed, literally from the ropes. I thought they were like bungee cords. They're not. It's rodeo ropes and duct tape, and you're hitting your back on them, and it's not the springs in the ground or the floor of the ring are huge, and it's like this plywood on top of it to make that snap.
Yeah.
When you do a back bump on it. So landing on your back like that, everyone's like, it's fake. And I'm like, do a back bump. Your first back bump, you're like, that's how it feels every time, and it does.
And it hurts.
It hurts.
I can't imagine that. It feels really good.
Well, and I played football too, right? Tackle football. Wrestling hurts more than that. So you have momentum working with each other, in football, but wrestling is you and plywood. So
yeah, but with wrestling, you got to put on the show too.
Yes, you do.
You got to learn all the facets of all the wrestling. Where football, you just go out there and get down to business.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah. Who's some of the funnest people you met on WWE?
Nikki Cross, Lena, so you guys probably know Nia Jax, she's wonderful. Mojo. Mojo is amazing. So he's hilarious, and he's always positive like that. Like when you see him in the ring and then in person, he's just upbeat all the time. He's awesome. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned your football. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we did 4 seasons. I haven't even played a game yet. So the first season was my first, you're kind of just getting into it. The next two were, we had half season and then they canceled it from COVID. And then last season was kind of like a half a season too. So, you know, it's great to keep that full contact sports in your life when you fall in love with that concept. So I played all different types of positions, anywhere from safety to working as left guard, I mean, corner, all over the place. So learning the sport, now you can watch football and really enjoy it because you know what's going on.
Yeah.
And when you watch it from a bird's eye view, more so, you're like, why didn't you go there and get the, and then you're there on the line and you can't tell what's going on. You can't see where the ball's at. So it just kind of gets all tangled up. So it's really good to have that perspective of it.
That's awesome. Tell us about your projects that you're working on that are really near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, so I founded a nonprofit that specializes in preventative trafficking strategies for kids. Really the root of what I've done is within the missing child space. So it's acting more or less as kind of boots on the ground for any of the work that maybe isn't being done or isn't being done in an urgent matter when a child goes missing. So I provide myself to families experiencing a missing child and do all the grunt work. So it's anywhere from, calling anybody and everybody, using social media as another resource. For example, Amber Alert sends out this loud message and it says, look out for this license plate. There's no picture of the kid on there. So really kind of being a secondary resource for that, for the public to see, which sometimes is the best resource that we have, the most effective tool, and then building from there. So right now I'm working on some more plans to hopefully get into the software space to really articulate a data science behind that initiative to give people more information about kids that are missing and act in an urgent way. So
yeah. The second my child's missing, I would be very fearful.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of bad people out there that will do bad things to your kids.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing this for?
So let's see, the madness started in 2019, but really got it all in 2020 into 2021 established. So we're a 501c3, everything's cleared, so we are just ramping up all kinds of different ideas. This past year we've been able to help so many people, not just in that too, but into some of the military space with veterans, as well as we're working with some paraplegics, and then working towards some suicide prevention stuff as well. So really trying to be a voice for the voiceless and defending the defenseless. So with, the sole meaning of it all is with kids. So there's so many different things you can do out there, and so it's really rewarding.
That's totally awesome.
Yeah, I really want to, I'm trying to figure out a way how to educate people on this. We have a theatrical version, for sake of familiarity, the movie Taken, where it's a foreign place, and it gets snatched up, which that happens, but this is stuff happening, for sure at your kid's school or someone that your kid is going to class with still and they're being trafficked but still attending school.
Is it generally a family member that takes kids? Is that what I understand?
Sometimes, or that definitely happens, or the parents themselves are trafficking their own kids, or a step parent is a really common thing. But it's also being lured in. All these new apps, anywhere from Snapchat to even Facebook and Instagram, they find some kind of weakness in kids, whatever that is. I've never dealt with a case that didn't come from a split home. So I think kids are finding a sense of belonging or wanting that, and then they're kind of lured in. It's very glamorous, actually. They'll bring them in limos, they'll buy them, designer items, all kinds of things. And they may go 10 times and come home and think, the parents don't know what they're talking about, and then the 11th time they don't come back.
All hell breaks loose.
So really it comes down to, I want to educate people on what it really looks like in our backyard, and then kind of go from there as far as making kids aware. I didn't learn about it in school. No one taught us about that. It was kind of just this concept that seemed, again, theatrical. So
yeah, but it's a blessing that you can help kids like that.
Thank you so much.
All right, CJ, let's talk about ThunderKnight Entertainment, the most important part. What are you going to be doing with us in the near future?
Yeah, so this is going to be a really, really cool scene and production that we're putting on, as far as it kind of seeming evil right at first, and then it's going to result in good. So you'll have to go with it. A lot of people are like, I thought you were fighting for, good, but... And
what is the name of that movie?
Oh, Dick Reno, Monster Slayer.
Amen. Well, we're going to have a lot of fun on that shoot for sure.
Yes.
And I think this movie is going to go big.
Yes.
And you're going to be a big part of it, so it's exciting times. for your future? Do you want to consider going more into acting? Keep doing down the road of helping the kids, or a little of both?
Yeah, a little of both. That will always be my priority as far as helping kids. But yeah, I think I love acting. I really do. I'll always be in some kind of sports for sure.
I don't see you getting away from that.
No chance. Dabbling in some singing right now, so kind of some mashup artist stuff, EDM style. So we'll see. It's the possibility's endless, right? So
as long as your mind's open to it, we can do anything we want to.
That's right.
Okay, CJ, I want you to tell everybody in our audience, how can they reach you? That's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have my personal Instagram, cj.dunning. My nonprofit is Our Town Foundation, as well as the Under Siege you can go to. There's a link at the cj.dunning to a PayPal that you can donate. There's different ways to donate on our website, ourtownfoundation.org. And then we just were approved for Amazon Smile, and you can go in there and select us as a nonprofit. It doesn't cost you anything else as you're already using Amazon. Amazon actually fronts a percentage to your selection of nonprofits.
Oh, very good. Now to all my listeners out there, please go to her pages, help her out. This stuff ain't free. Donations are very welcome.
Thank you.
Well, CJ, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate all your time. You're a bright light in the world today, and we need more people like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
What's the biggest man you dated?
Oh my gosh.